before the summer, I've been volunteering at the historic Murders Creek Ranch in eastern Oregon. Up till now, the heat's been manageable. On warm days, Ben and I would head for the higher mountains, where the shade of tall pines and the cold trickle of a mountain stream were enough to keep us comfortable. But looking at the forecast, I could see we're in for a stretch of heat, hotter than anything we'd seen so far this year. Last summer was much different. Long stretches of extreme heat and wildfires that left most of the inland valleys hot and smoky. I spent much of July and August out on the coast, pretty much living on the beach. With this next heat wave on the way, it felt like the right time to step away from the ranch and head west for some cooler air and a little beach life. This is the last place I thought I'd ever get trapped by wildfire. Alright, so we got back to the van. First thing I want to do is get some breakfast. I'm the kind of person that if I don't eat breakfast, I crash, and then I'm kind of junk for the rest of the day. So I'm not going to do anything super extravagant, just some eggs, some sausage, and call it good. And that should get me a good start to the day. It's a little bit foggy this morning, but it is nice and calm and still, which is really nice. Kind of a rarity out here on the coast. If I was windy, I definitely wouldn't be cooking outside like this. For one, you'd get sand blowing into your food, but the other thing that challenges me a lot of times when it's windy and cooking out here on my door like this is just the wind blowing on the burners. I do have a little guard that I can put around it, but still, even with that, it can be very challenging in windy conditions. But I am hoping, though, that it is going to clear a little bit. When I came in yesterday, it was much clearer. You could tell that it probably was foggy like this in the morning. There was a little bit of fog still kind of moving out, but it did clear up and get really nice yesterday. So I'm kind of hoping for the same today. Kind of butchered my eggs this morning, overcooked them. I should have probably put a little bit of butter in the pan just to help things not stick so much, but it happens when you're in a hurry. It does look like things are starting to break up a little bit. It does look like we might have some sunny skies. I can definitely see a lot more blue above me, and I can start to see a little bit more blue towards the ocean. It looks like we'll have a nice day, I think. All right, folks. Well, we're just out for another little walk. Spent some time working, trying to just get some footage looked at, get some emails done. And so I spent most of the morning doing that. It's a little afternoon now, and the high tide is actually supposed to be around 2:30 today. And it's usually like an hour before high tide and a little bit after high tide is the best fishing. So I've been kind of dilly-dallying around and waiting for that. But since I have been working, I thought I'd just get out and take Ben for a little bit of a walk again. Come out here to the ocean side and see what's going on. Has started to clear up just a little bit. Still a little hazy over the bay, and if you look out over the ocean, it's still completely socked in over the ocean. Like you can only got about maybe 200 yards of visibility if you're looking out that direction. But one thing I have noticed since I've been out here last is they closed a little bit more of this beach for the snowy plover, which is a bird, for its nesting during the summertime. Now there is a little bit of an access so that when the tide is out, you still can get around that and get to the beach, which is nice. So I think maybe after fishing tonight, me and Ben will do a little walk along the ocean beach for sunset. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, just kind of a nice day to be out. And you know, like I said, I know it's 100 degrees inland, but it's standing here next to the ocean with the breeze coming off and the sun beating down right on me. I still think it's only about maybe in the 70s, if even that. It's just super pleasant out right now. Right there, bam. Oh no, I got him. Oh yeah, fighter. Oh yeah, gonna go down. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Heck yeah, right out of the gate. Got him. Whew. Yeah. We got dinner tonight. That's awesome. All right, folks. Well, we're moving into the afternoon, and I only ended up catching just that one fish. I thought I was going to have a lot better luck today because I went down there and I caught that one fish pretty much right off the bat. So I thought it was going to be a great day of fishing, but I fished for another hour after that and never even got another bite. That's fine. I wanted to do fish tacos tonight, so the fact that I got one fish, that's good enough for me. If I would have had some other people out here, then that would have been a bummer. But at least I got enough that I can still have my fish tacos, and I'm pretty happy about that. But we have had some developments out here since I talked to you guys last. So there's been a forest fire that started. I don't know how far it is exactly from me, but it's just on the other side of the bay from what the smoke looks like. I haven't been able to fully determine because when you're looking over there, it just looks like fog. But when the fire started earlier today, about 2 hours ago, you know, there was a very obvious plume of smoke coming up and towering up. But now it's just pretty much engulfed the whole bay with smoke. That's not fog. I think it's fog out that way. It's kind of hard to tell. We're here on the coast, and oddly enough, I don't smell the smoke from where I'm at. But I also don't feel like I'm in any kind of danger either. There's just not really anything to burn that's that close to me. There is some scrubbed stuff here, but I find it just really highly unlikely that that fire is going to get any closer to me than it is. According to the news, it's like 20 acres right now, and it's very calm out, so I just think it's going to be okay. I'm not too worried about it. They just asked that the public kind of stay out of the area, so what I'm just going to do is just stay where I'm at, because I think, based on where the smoke looks like, it's very possible that it could be close to my exit point, and that's the only maybe minor concern that I have right now. Worst case scenario, I just have to wait till low tide, and I'll have to go out on the beach and escape the area by driving the beach all the way down to another exit point. So in the end, I think everything's fine. So what we're gonna do now, like I said, is it's a little after 5, so I'm hungry. I want to get started on cooking these fish tacos. As it turns out, a vehicle caught fire coming in on the access road. That fire spread quickly into the surrounding brush and trees. This was actually the second rig to catch fire here in the past week. I saw the first one as I was driving in. Technically, it did block the road, but like I mentioned before, in a worst case scenario, I could have gotten around it by driving down the beach. As it was, fire crews were able to get a handle on it pretty quickly. All right, guys, well, I'm on my way out. It's the next day. As you guys can see, right behind me here, it's all burned right here. So it was probably best for me to just go ahead and hold tight where I was at. I was good and safe, but it would have been probably sketchy for me to try to get out of here yesterday. But it looks like it's pretty well wrapped up now. I have seen some firefighters that are mopping things up, but much better that I waited till today to get out of here. So as mentioned, I was very hopeful that I'd get fish tacos tonight. So I did stop by the grocery store and grab a couple things that will make these tacos perfect. So I've got some avocado, some cilantro, and I believe in here somewhere I have some limes. So we're gonna get this fish cooked up, and then yeah, some fish tacos. I feel like I'm missing something. You know what I missed? I forgot to get green peppers. That's what I usually put in my fish tacos. Dang it. I do have in here though, I have some purple onion. We'll make that. We'll do purple onion instead of green peppers. I think it'll still be all right. So one thing I forgot to mention in my ingredients is you can't have street tacos without, of course, some little street taco corn tortillas, which I'm just going to toast here real quick. And then I think I've got everything else prepared. I've got my avocado sliced. I kind of picked through my cilantro. Wasn't really great cilantro, but I picked through, got what I think I needed, got my lime sliced. Went ahead and sauteed and cooked the purple onion. So once these tortillas are all browned up, I think we're good to go. Yeah. Papa's tacos look good. Papa's tacos look good. Well, it's a bummer about the fire. Hopefully, like I said, they get it taken care of pretty quickly, but it is a really peaceful night. Like I said, I can't really tell if the gray I see in front of me is just the evening fog that kind of comes in. I was here last night and it did the same thing, and it kind of fogged up in the evening. So I don't know what's in front of me. I feel like is actually just fog. What's behind me, I feel like could be possibly a mixture of fog and smoke, but I don't know. Luckily, I'd shot a couple drone shots of the evening last night because with the fire going on behind me, I don't want to fly the drone anymore today because that's always a major no-no whenever there's a fire, is to have a drone in the air because it could get in the way of their aerial support. So no drone footage tonight, but like I said, I did shoot some drone footage last night, and I would say it's very, very similar. I tell you what, it is a very nice evening out here. Doesn't look like we're gonna have much of a sunset. I mean, it definitely the fog has settled in, but it's not windy at all. I mean, just almost dead calm, and that's a real rarity out here on the coast, and so I'm really appreciating that. And of course, like I keep mentioning, it's 102 degrees inland, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt and slightly chilly still, so that is really nice to be able to just find somewhere and be able to get completely out of the uncomfortable heat. I don't know that coming to the coast is the best way to cool your van, but I gotta say it's probably the most fun way to cool your van.
I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful.